5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. The process through which a nation selects its highest executive authority is often regarded as a defining expression of collective will. This process reflects the political values, historical traditions, and constitutional structure of the state. The election of the national leader is more than the choice of an individual. It is a demonstration of public trust, civic responsibility, and institutional legitimacy. The procedure may differ from country to country, yet certain shared principles guide the overall pattern. These principles include fairness, transparency, equal opportunity for candidates, and the assurance that the public voice is truly represented. The foundation of the selection process is usually rooted in a constitutional or legal framework that outlines qualifications, responsibilities, and the method for choosing the national leader. These guidelines determine who may contest for the office, how votes are cast, and how the final result is validated. The existence of such a framework ensures that the process remains orderly and predictable, preventing unnecessary disputes and preserving public confidence in the outcome. Without these guiding rules, uncertainty would overshadow the legitimacy of the office and weaken the authority of the individual who ultimately assumes leadership. Eligibility conditions often include citizenship requirements, age thresholds expressed through descriptive phrasing rather than numerical figures, and adherence to certain moral and legal standards. These conditions are intended to ensure that the aspirant possesses maturity, loyalty to the nation, and a level of integrity that reflects the dignity of the office. By placing such criteria in the foundational laws of the state, the system encourages candidates who can uphold the responsibilities associated with the role and discourages individuals who lack the necessary commitment or ethical grounding. The selection of the national leader frequently involves the direct participation of the public. Citizens express their preference through a structured voting system. This act of participation serves both as a right and a duty. The right ensures that every voice may be heard, while the duty reminds citizens that the stability and progress of the nation depend on their engagement. The process of casting a vote symbolizes trust in the institutions of governance and affirms the shared belief that leadership should arise from the collective judgment of the people. In some systems, the national leader is not chosen directly by the citizens but through an intermediary body composed of representatives. These representatives are themselves selected by the public and entrusted with the responsibility of making a considered choice on behalf of the larger population. This method reflects a belief that informed deliberation by a selected group may lead to choices grounded in deeper understanding of national needs and candidate capabilities. Although different from a direct vote, this method still relies on the public's involvement, since the representatives are chosen through a participatory process. Campaign activities serve an essential role in the election. Candidates present their vision for the nation, explain their policy priorities, and communicate their values to the citizens. Public addresses, discussions, and written statements help the population evaluate the suitability of each candidate. Through such engagement, the electorate gains insight into the aspirations and character of those seeking the office. The ability to communicate clearly and inspire trust becomes a significant factor in shaping public opinion and influencing the final result. A fair election depends heavily on impartial oversight. Independent bodies, often established by constitutional provision, supervise the process. They ensure that voting procedures are followed, that every eligible citizen has the opportunity to participate, and that misconduct is prevented or addressed promptly. Transparent administration builds confidence, encouraging wider participation and reducing the likelihood of conflict. The presence of impartial supervision reinforces the principle that the national leader must rise to authority through lawful and openly observed means. The counting of votes marks a critical moment in the process. Accuracy, honesty, and orderliness are essential, for even minor irregularities may cast doubt on the final result. Observers, administrators, and representatives of candidates often monitor this stage closely to ensure that each expression of public will is recognized. The conclusion of the count culminates in the declaration of the individual chosen to assume leadership. This announcement holds great symbolic weight, signifying the moment at which the collective decision is officially acknowledged. Following the declaration, the transition of authority occurs. This transition is an important aspect of the election process, as it ensures continuity of governance. The peaceful transfer of authority is a hallmark of stability in any political system. It reflects acceptance of the result by both the public and the previous holder of power. A smooth transition promotes trust in the process and strengthens the institutions that uphold the functioning of the state. The election of the national leader is not simply a temporary political event. It is a ritual that shapes the long-term character of a nation. It influences public morale, determines the direction of domestic and foreign policy, and signals the values that society holds dear. Whenever the electorate engages thoughtfully, the process reinforces democratic ideals and encourages accountability among those who seek office. A leader chosen through a trusted procedure is better able to inspire unity, command respect, and guide the nation with authority grounded in public consent. Although the process is carefully structured, challenges may arise. Differences in political opinion, misinformation, external influence, or administrative shortcomings can affect the overall experience. These challenges highlight the importance of continual improvement. Societies often refine their election procedures, strengthen education on civic responsibility, and enhance public access to accurate information. Such efforts support the long-term health of the political system and protect the integrity of future elections. At the heart of the national leaders' election lies the belief that governance must reflect the voice of the people. The process honors the principle that leadership should not be imposed but chosen. It underscores the idea that authority derives from the governed and that the nation's future is shaped by collective judgment. Through participation and acceptance of the result, the population reaffirms its role as the ultimate source of political power. Stop.